And we are less than 24 hours away from the UMD women's basketball team tipping off for their first ever national championship. Joining us now live from Dallas, Texas is Alexis Bass and Alexis Beckett. How is the team preparing for this big stage?
It is going great here, day 2 of Dallas for the Bulldogs, and it is a beautiful day. I can't complain. It's 80 degrees and sunny. Looks a little different than over there, but we are just one sleep away from the Bulldogs appearing in their first ever national title game. But they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the dynamic duo in head coach Mandy Pearson and athletic trainer Charla Buxbaum.
That's right, Alexis. This week we talked to both of them earlier, and Mandy called Charla a servant leader, saying that she is the glue of this team. And I can remember as a student athlete myself, not always was a head coach and athletic trainer that saw eye to eye, but these two definitely do.
Mandy, you're in your 8th season here. Charla, for you, this is your 10th. So you guys have been together since the beginning. Is it true or false that you've been glued at the hip ever since?
Glued at the hip? Sure. Sure. Actually, she took a year off. She needed a break from us, and then she came back this year.
Yep.
But she's been the most consistent person, besides probably Karen Strummy, in our athletic department for me. So it has been an absolute blast having her glued to my hip.
So in your first season, Mandy, you guys finished 7-19, and now we're sitting here ahead of the NCAA championship. How important is it to be, Charla, to be a part of this progression for you, and what has it been like getting to see the progression since Mandy has been here?
Yeah, I was actually just thinking, you remember when we were at Michigan Tech?
Which time?
Your first year.
No,
and
I blocked it out.
Yeah, we were warming up, and we could only go 3-on-3 because we just didn't, we were injured, we just didn't have the people. Yeah, knock on wood. And I was actually just thinking about that because we were warming up, and she was like, remind me of this moment at a different time in my life. So that's your reminder.
That's my reminder.
There you go.
So what is it about the two of you, the presence that you have off the court, that bleeds onto this team's success on the court?
I would say for me, Charla's really observant. I think you know when I'm in a mood. And she just kind of lets me be. You know, just kind of, she could feel the negative energy coming from me, and so the way that she communicates with me is really helpful. Probably helps our players too. But I'll never forget when we started to turn the corner a little bit and we started to win. She is such an advocate for our players. Like, she cares so much about them. I remember her coming up to me like Pearson, they believe they can win. Do you see this? This is so much fun. And so I just think that I can see how much passion she has for our players, and that's going to be one of the most important things for me in this position, is she cares so much that when I know somebody cares that much about my people, like, it's just so easy to gravitate towards their energy.
But how do you feel that each person here has influenced you and your relationship?
I have loved watching, like you asked me earlier, the program evolving over the last 8 years. When I'm watching her coach in practice, she blows my mind. I think you're brilliant at your job.
I'm gonna take notes.
I think you can't use this against me later.
It's been tattooed on her heart.
Yeah. I'm always just like, I think she's so good at her job. I love basketball, so it's just easy for me to be in this position anyway. But when I like see her mind working in a game, in a timeout, the respect the players have for her, like this does not feel like work. I tell her all the time, I'm the #1 fan. Like, I get to go to all the places. I go to Minot. I get to go to all these places.
You bring up Minot.
It's just for fun.
Minot and Mary, it's the best road trip.
It is, yeah. The longest, it's just, it doesn't matter. Like, obviously this Dallas trip is going to be so memorable, but I'll never forget all the other times, all the hotel time, all the meals. Like, it's just a friendship that's continued to grow year after year after year.
And also not included in those interview clips is where Mandy considers Charlotte to be the glue of the team, really, and even Mandy's own personal good luck charm.
We do know Mandy Pearson has quite a bit of different good luck charms, as she's extremely superstitious, whether it was knocking on wood in those interviews when we were talking about injuries, or today we saw her hopping around in the hotel room, making sure she didn't step on a single crack on the carpet. One of the assistant coaches told us that's just Mandy being Mandy, making sure that her team gets most luck that they possibly can. And that's just the case for this team.
And don't worry, this isn't the end of this duo right here. We'll have more live coverage and exclusive interviews with the Bulldogs coming up at 5, 6, 6:30, and 10.
Looking forward to it. We are so excited for the Bulldogs. And again, the big game starts tomorrow at 2:30 Central on the CBS Sports Network. Alexis and Alexis live for us in Dallas. Thank you.